Is not illegal in the United States. It is still legal in the U.S., but the left continues to push out this false narrative. They're ignoring the chaos they've created, like our depleted strategic petroleum reserve, record high inflation, it's at 9.1%, or any other crises that have been created after 18 months of Joe Biden in office. For more on what's going on, let's welcome back in Texas Congressman, senior member of the House Energy and Commerce Committee, and the most senior doctor in all of Congress, Michael Burgess. Congressman, good morning. Good to see you. Today marks 18 months of Joe Biden's presidency. We've got at least 30 more to go. What do you make of his first 18 months in office?
What a disaster. And, you know, there was a point in my life where I might have been kind enough to say this is incompetence, but it's not. This is intentional. It has been purposefully destructive. For whatever reason, they've wanted to destroy everything that was available to them on January 21st, 2021, when they took office. And for a while, it seemed like they just wanted to undo what President Trump had done. Now it seems like they want to hurt America. And I don't know why.
Congressman, you're the most senior doctor in Congress, and I mentioned that for a reason. You know, 18 months ago, in polite conversation, we wouldn't bring up Joe Biden's cognitive health. I think that over the last 18 months, it's become very clear to my untrained, not medical professional eyes that there is an issue at the White House. What do you make of that, and how that will affect the next 30 months?
Like everyone else, it's worrisome. And of course, in the last administration, I resented people who would come on television and make comments about President Trump's mental status. As a physician, no, I have not evaluated his mental status. From a medical standpoint, I have some difficulty rendering that opinion. But like everyone else, I've got eyes and ears, and you compare the person you're seeing in press conferences now and the individual who debated Paul Ryan in 2012, and it's an incalculable difference. So the erosion of mental faculties is out there for all to see. How some physician takes care of the president, some physician or family member must be aware of what's going on, and they are obligated to speak up. But so far, they have not.
Yeah, apparently the First Lady knows a lot more about his cognitive abilities than she is letting on. Congressman, we saw Elizabeth Warren last week make some really divisive comments about pregnancy centers and access to those in Massachusetts and across the country as well. She wants to close crisis pregnancy centers down. When did certain members of the Democratic Party go from being pro-choice to pro-abortion?
Well, it's pretty clear that they always were pro-abortion. I mean, look, abortion's a big business, or was a big business in this country. Billions and billions of dollars were generated by terminating otherwise healthy pregnancies. And that was the objection that so many of us had to the status quo just a month ago. Look, why you would be against a center that is out there to help someone who's having a tough time in life, I can't understand that. There's no valid explanation. And of course, the threats of violence that have now started, that's absolutely unacceptable, and that needs to stop.
Yeah, and I think, there was a Gallup poll that came out yesterday. Only 11% of people have a, quote, great deal of confidence in TV news. Newspapers are at an all-time low of 16%. Is it the way that these stories are being covered? Do you think that is creating the current environment that we are in right now, which affects what you do in Washington every day?
But it's that age-old story. Who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? You articulated what the problems are that people are concerned about. It's inflation. It's the border. It's crime in the streets. None of that is being tackled by the Democrats. And yet, at the same time, we're having emergency meetings up in the Rules Committee to talk about things like access to contraception when it is never under any threat. No one is proposing anything that would be a threat to contraception, and we will spend the entirety of the day on Thursday arguing something that is never going to happen. So it's absolutely preposterous, the schedule that they're on.
And same-sex marriage is here to stay. Bipartisan bill passing with overwhelming support yesterday in Congress. That was something that the Democrats, again, were parroting out there that next they were coming for gay marriage. No, that's not the case. Congress reaffirming that yesterday.
There was no threat.
Yeah,
there
no threat
was
at all. Congressman Burgess, Dr. Burgess, thanks so much for coming on with us this morning. We appreciate it. Hope to do it again soon.